Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Rannazzisi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Rannazzisi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Rannazzisi. What's the odds? 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 What's
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to What's the Odds
watching all of them
with Steve Rannazzisi. It's May 8th, 2019, Wednesday, 2-something in the afternoon. All Things Comedy Studio live. Brenton Biddlecombe on the television screen behind us via Skype in New York City. What's up, BB?
How are you guys?
We are good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm in New York.
Enjoying the big city. I'm joined with Eric Oligny in the studio, helping us out as always. Thank you very much, Eric. And Brenton is in New York City for the first time. And like I said to you when you got on Skype, I said, I just imagine you walking around the city like Buddy the Elf, tiny little Brenton staring up at the buildings in awe of all what man can do. And all the big buildings and all the big people and all the hustle and bustle. What's your experience like? What are your thoughts on the big city, Brenton?
I love it. I got here, today's Wednesday. I got here late Monday, and then Tuesday I went into the city for a show. And
how'd you get into the city?
Penn Station, right in front of Madison Square Garden. It was unbelievable.
But wait, did you take the subway? Hold on, did you take the subway in?
I took the subway in, yeah.
So how many times did someone have to tell you, all right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get on this train at this stop? Because from Brooklyn.
No, it was a straight shot.
Straight shot. One train.
Yeah, from where I was, one train. Going back, I had to ask, and I took like 2 or 3 trains.
Did you take the A or the F? A, C, or E?
No. I was in Long Island, and I took the Long Island
Railroad. Train. Yes, the Long Island Railroad. Right at the Penn Station. You got out, right out to Madison Square Garden, right? Mm-hmm. The world's most famous arena. That's underneath. That's where you land. That's when you get into Penn Station. You're under the world's most famous arena. You came outside. You smelt the hot dogs, the hustle and bustle. What'd you think?
It was overwhelming. And it was intimidating, and it was frightening. I'm just, a little boy from Ohio. What am I doing out here?
Little boy from Ohio. And were you like, wow? You got
to hear this. So this was the show. We did the Soho House.
Oh, nice.
And you know Ari Manis, of course.
Yep.
Very funny comic, our friend. He went up first, and I don't feel bad using his name and talking about it because he posted on Facebook. He goes up first, and he gets into this argument with the lady. Hang on a second.
Who's that?
Hang on a second. What's up, man? No, he's inside. They're shooting right now.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
The drug dealer's there. One of many drug dealers delivering weed. That guy's a drug dealer, Brenton, delivering many narcotics to what will be the shoot house for this week, right? Correct?
No, what I think happened is that the tenant or the landlord, the tenant underneath us last night complained about the noise.
Oh, well, guess what? It's only going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. Emma's getting off a plane tomorrow, and shit's going to get wild this weekend. Tell that guy, tell Moby behind you, it's only going to get worse.
Here's the beer that we just got today.
Jesus. That's Bert's breakfast.
This is for 3 days of shooting, by the way. And then we have another 5 cases of liquor and a bunch of wine. And
for the classy people, a bunch of wine.
It's going to get worse. So anyway, Ari goes on stage. He's up first. He tells a joke, gets a laugh, but a lady stands up and goes, "You can't say that. That's not funny. You can't say that in the Me Too era." So he goes into her hard, and she's coming back at him, and they go at it for a couple of minutes, and it was near the end of his set, and he goes, "You know what? I'm not going to waste anyone else's time. This lady ruined my life, or ruined my night. Screw you." Gets off stage. This guy comes up to Ari, pours wine on his head. So Ari starts choking him out.
What?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. They finally get, they get in a full-on fight. They finally get separated. Ari grabs the guy's hat, puts it on his head, and walks out. That's how the show started.
Oh, wait. So this is at a this is at the Soho House, right? You were saying so. This is not like a comedy club where they're policing the room. Like, hey man, be quiet. So he was kind of on his own to be like, I got to put this fire out myself.
Yeah.
Back and forth, and next thing you know, the lady's guy poured wine on Ari's head.
Yeah.
And no one at that point was like, you got to leave?
Show in New York. That was my first night. That's all I know of New York comedy.
See, now that's a lot of New York. That's like a lot of political correctness, woke people shoving their thoughts down your throat. And then it's some gorilla next door going, I got to clean up this shit. I got to be the man now and pour some wine over some comic's head. And then he got choked out like an idiot.
But Ari got a free hat?
Yeah, what kind of hat was that? What kind of hat did Ari land?
Just a plain dark hat. I mean, it was Soho House. It was like, it was probably a really expensive hat that had no designs or logos on it, just one solid color.
Yeah. You should get yourself to a comedy club. You'll have a lot less of experience, like nightmare experiences like that. I mean, you will have still assholes, but it's still a comedy club environment. How are you liking getting around? Like, do you find it easy getting around? Are you taking the subway a lot? I worry about you on the streets of New York City, Brenton.
It's a bit confusing, but it's not bad.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
And you like
People
Brooklyn?
are always funny to me. When you're not like, old man with a mean-looking face, when you're just a young lad with a cute button nose, everyone's, ready to tell you whatever you want to hear.
Yep. Are you able to watch any sports? Are you watching any hockey playoffs? Are you watching any basketball playoffs?
I'm bummed I missed that Game 7.
The Bruins and the
Stars.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking Game 7. The other one, the Stars and the
and the Blues. Yeah.
Yep. Well, are you just partying all night? Are you being responsible? What are you doing?
No. Last night we went pretty hard.
Okay.
I think we're done shooting. I'm going to take you in.
Oh, boy. Oh, Jesus. This is the den of inequity inside. Uh-oh.
Ari.
What's up, Ari? Hello. What's up, Patton?
Are you watching us right now? We're watching us there.
Huh. Is it a nightmare over there?
No.
What?
I think he asked if we can hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear you. No. Now we can hear you, yeah. What kind of headphones are those? Those are cool. Are you a rapper? Are you a first-round draft pick? White's a bold choice. You can't hear me?
I think we're breaking up with him.
That's it, Brenton. That's what happened. You went inside to the death chamber of your den of inequity in Brooklyn, your railroad house, which means you're going to get railroaded. And it's a nice place. I hope it's... Can you hear me? Hey, buddy. No, he's out.
It's so faint.
Yep. He's out. This is it. This is where we lose Brenton.
At least we get to look at him still.
I know. He's so cute, too.
He's adorable.
He really is. Yeah, buddy.
So I can't really hear you. You're very faint. So
okay.
Because I got to get ready to go to these shows.
Yep.
Just want you to know that I'm always right and you're always wrong.
No, you're always wrong. You can hear me saying that.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You tied him up in Game of Thrones this week.
You're just wasting your oxygen.
By the way, did you watch Game of Thrones? Don't hang up. I tied you up, motherfucker. I'm coming for your ass.
And you need to get your fucking Ant-Man costume.
It's an anteater costume, not Ant-Man, you dingbat. And I've asked America at this point. I need an anteater. Don't put it in my head. Anteater costume. I will wear it. Just get it to me.
I like the way you're pointing, man. You're very aggressive.
Listen to me. You listen to me right now, okay? I'm worried about you. I don't want you drinking too much. I want you to stay hydrated. Use that park across the street. Get out of here. All right. I love you. Have a good trip. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Good sets. What a piece of shit, dude. What? I mean, I hope he uses that park across the street. This is how it turned. This is how you get into these loops with fun times with Bert and Ari. I partied with those guys before. It can get crazy. For a week, we went skiing, drink a lot, eat a lot. Baby Brenton's not built for that kind of lifestyle. And by the way, I did a little research. A friend of mine did a little research on our half marathon. Speaking of drinking too much. Yeah. Okay. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Number 1. It's at night.
Yeah, you start at 6. You have 4 hours, 6 to 10 to run.
I thought 6 a.m.
Oh no, that's the whole thing. It's the Joshua Tree Marathon's at night, and I think they light up the path, and you run through the desert.
You
at night.
think they light up the path?
I mean, I hope.
Okay, cool.
Sounds like pretty dangerous.
The pictures look
Number
like
1.
there's a lot of lights and stuff.
Sure.
Just Coyote comes out and takes you out.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe. Or
Run from the
number
coyote.
2, it's path running. So trail
trail running.
So you say path, I gave myself away there. It's trail running. And so my coach / friend / trainer / Division I track and field star looked up the person that won it last year. And then her time at normal half marathon time, and it was 25 minutes faster.
It's easier to run on trails.
Way fucking harder, and that's an elite
runner. Should we pick a different half marathon?
No, I'm just saying we need to our
We need to
our
practice
half
on
marathon
some trails.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm going to Scotland for a month, so I'm going to be running the hills of Scotland on trails. So
Okay.
I'm going to be like Rocky out there.
Amazing.
But I feel like we need to curb our expectations as to what we think we can get done as opposed to flat road.
Especially on trails, because you're going to get lost, and then you might not even finish.
Dude, are you lost?
I hope I'm pretty sure they'll
Trails
be
are
well
confusing.
marked.
Trails are confusing, even with markers. You get
My wife
lost.
was like, I was totally in till I heard it was at night, because she's like, she can't see at night at all. She's like, I'll go off and she'll run in the other way. I'll lose her, but I'm not worried about.
I mean, I'm sure it's well lit
Yes,
and marked, and I don't think we'll be lost in the desert in the dark.
I'm just worried more about what I expected to run as opposed
Time-wise?
to time-wise as to
Well,
what I
what were
think.
you thinking you were gonna do?
An hour and 40 minutes,
That's quick.
45, but now I'm thinking it's going to be 2 hours plus, at
It's
least
6 miles,
13.1.
13.1 miles.
Yeah, because you figured that, and what my friend said was an elite runner topped out. She's got 25 minutes more than what she normally gets. She's an elite runner.
What was her time?
I'm not
Do
an
you
elite
remember?
which was she got 145, and she usually
Okay.
runs a half marathon at 120. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's we gotta worry about. I'm not worried about anything.
I didn't know. I don't think I knew it was trail running. So I guess we should I gotta find some trails around LA to go run.
Yeah, just practice at least to it's probably tougher on the ankles.
Probably.
And at night, you're definitely going to.
Well, treadmill
a
running's
little
really
more
bad
in
for you
danger.
anyway. You're not supposed to do long runs on treadmills. So
No, I don't even do long runs. That's 3-mile clips on a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when I did the Utah Marathon, it was always dark out when I got out of work, and I don't like running around West Hollywood in the dark, so I would run on treadmills, and I fucked my hips up
From running on. Oh
on
yeah.
a treadmill. Yeah.
My wife does the same thing. She says it ruins her hips, the treadmill running. But I don't know. I don't know the difference. I feel like running makes me sore and everything hurts. So I don't know
fair.
what it's coming from. Hard
No, I
ground,
noticed that halfway
treadmill.
through the last marathon, my hips hurt really bad. I actually took ibuprofen at mile 4 because my hips hurt so bad. And then I was talking to someone after, and they're like, did you do a lot of treadmill training? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, that's why.
Really?
Which I didn't know. Apparently, if your hips hurt, it's the treadmill. If your knees hurt, it's your shoes.
Or you could just be old.
She's 20-something
I'm
years
talking
old.
about you.
I'm
Oh, I'm an old
26.
fuck.
I'm 26, so I hope it's not that.
No, I was talking
I hope
about
my body's
Steve.
not falling apart yet. But
My shit's falling apart pretty bad. Well, not really. I'm okay right now, but I feel like my knees are the next thing to it's you see your house the roof's going to be the next thing to go. I'm sensing it's my knees are going to be the next thing. One of them is going to blow out pretty soon.
one of the things I read when I was training for the last one was that riding a bike or doing biking stuff is good for marathon training because it works the same muscles, but it's not as hard on your joints as well. So is swimming.
Oh yeah, swimming's the greatest. I blew my back out in 1998. I had L4, L5 disc surgery.
Ouch.
And the whole, a fusion, and the whole recovery was all swimming. It was just pull, because that's where you can get the most stretch for the least amount of
Yeah, it's good for
It's the
everything.
most
That's what
workout,
sports
least
are.
impact.
Yeah. I'm worried about. Well, look, I'm also worried about the rain. It's gonna I like the fact that it's at night. I don't have to wear sunscreen. My skin will be good.
We like that.
Yeah, I like that. But I'm just worried about like cold, rain, like that kind of like conditions.
Yeah, because it's November, right?
November.
It's
So
November.
Yeah, it's gonna
2nd.
be chilly as fuck.
Yeah, it'll be chilly. I mean, I was 9 degrees when I started the Utah Marathon, so like really all you got to do is layer up, because then you can take a layer off, tie it around your waist. If you want to put it back on, you can.
because I camped at Joshua Tree a couple days before Thanksgiving last year, and I tried to stay overnight. I think we talked about it on the podcast, and I literally couldn't do it.
It was too cold.
It's too cold. I mean, I was in a sleeping bag and stuff. I wasn't running around.
Well, it starts at 6, so if you say even 2.5 hours, you're done by 8:30. So the warmth of the day should still be kind of lingering.
Yeah, it'll come up, but
Kind
still. Oh.
Kind of.
It's the desert and it's night, and yeah, it's gonna be cold as shit.
But you'll be running.
Yeah, we'll be running.
I mean, the warmest it
Fast.
got when I ran in Utah was 36 degrees, and that was at the end of the race at 10:30 in the morning. So, and it was we were sweating. I was down to one layer of clothes. So you'll be okay. You'll be moving.
I'll be nude before the end of this marathon or half marathon. I have a feeling because I layer up and then I peel, and I get down to the point where if I'm still, my body tells me it's still too warm, everything comes off.
Yeah, I dropped 2 hoodies on my way. The last race, I just dropped them on the side of the road.
And you can keep them. You can keep my underwear. You can keep my shorts. You can keep anything for souvenirs.
You're gonna have
I'll
what's the
sign
odd-
stuff after.
What's the odds? Fans are just gonna be sitting.
I'm
going to
be wearing. And by the way, I'm looking for sponsorship. I'm already, if Nike's interested, I'm all. I haven't signed a shoe contract yet, but obviously this is a big deal. So
Yeah, I'll take some free Nikes to run in.
I'm talking about me right now.
I know, but if they want to throw some my way.
Yeah, but I'm individually. This is not a team thing. I'm an individual looking for sponsorship. You can brand yourself, whatever company you align yourself with.
I currently run in Nikes.
Okay, great. Then you're obvious. I run at Adidas,
Well,
and I'm not saying that I'm. But again,
You're saying you're open to switching.
I'm open to anything. I'm not brand loyal. I do enjoy these Adidas that I run in. I feel like they're good for me. But again, I don't know trail running. So I'm open to all avenues. So, and
LeVar balls, the
the
baller
baller
brand, big
brands.
baller brands.
Oh my God!
Would you wear those to run if they paid you? You'd just be like, oh god.
It depends on how much. The big baller brands.
Yeah.
The 3. I think one of them. It don't. If I run in high tops, that was like when I was a kid. I had Starberries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Stephon Marbury tried to make like cheap,
Affordable shoes.
He did it, but they weren't you knew why you got Starberries. I'm open. Under Armour, all the even Japanese brands. If China's involved, the Chinese market is now open. I'll run in Chinese shoes. I have a problem with that, especially if you make great trail running shoes. But again, Nike Emma's very into Nike, so if they're interested, they can sponsor her. I want to get to the Kentucky Derby. Speaking of running in poor conditions, did anyone watch the Kentucky Derby?
I listened to it on sports radio and heard about all the deaths, and like they were glad that the controversy at the end made it people not focus on the death of the horses.
Yeah,
Wait, horses died?
First of all, a lot of horses have died. Many horses have died. Not this year. Not at the Kentucky Derby this year, but like Santa Anita Racetrack, which is not too far from here. They've had a ton of almost like 2 horses a week die. So it's just been a bad basic couple months for horse racing because everyone just hears about these stories about horses dying. And then I watched the Kentucky Derby. And look, I don't know anything about horse racing. If you know something about horse racing and you feel like you're knowledgeable, call in, all right? 323-282-7424. Tell us about why you think this was a fair reaction, a fair result. I don't know. All I know is that it's got to suck to run in this shit mess, the swampy shit. And that to me has to affect staying in your lane. I guess that
where
was
the horse is driving to.
Yes. Where the direction of which you can keep the horse in going straight, whatever the version of straight is. I guess you have to stay in your lane the entire time. But when it's muddy, like when you step in mud, you're like when it's uneven, it's an uneven thing. So your body, whatever side the weight is on, you're going to start leaning that way. I mean, again, I don't know. I don't know what I saw that was different from any other horse race that I've ever seen before. Is this an expert, perhaps? Ladies and gentlemen, you're on What's the Odds. Ladies or gentlemen, you're on What's the Odds podcast with Steve Rannazzisi. Who is this, and where are you calling from?
Sorry, Steve. It's a gentleman. I'm calling from Beverly Hills, California.
Beverly Hills, California. A stone's throw away from where we are right now. What is your name, gentlemen?
My name is Sean.
Sean, how are you? Have you called this podcast before? I don't believe we've talked.
No, it was the first time I've ever had the opportunity to call in.
Amazing.
And I'm doing great, man.
Good.
Doing great.
Are you a horse race person? Are you a Kentucky Derby person? Did you watch?
No, I mean, I watched it, of course. Greatest 2 minutes in sports, but I was more of a Game of Thrones baseball fan, so I was calling about
Hell
those.
yeah.
Got it. Game of Thrones baseball fan. Which one do you want to talk about first? We'll put a pause on the Kentucky Derby. Hit me with your topic you want to talk about first.
It's up to you, my man. I mean, baseball is hard. I'm an Angels fan, so it's been a rough year so far, but
I went
now
to
that we
the
have Ohtani back and a little protection for Trout, I'm hoping it gets a little bit better.
I went to the Angels-Toronto Blue Jays game last Thursday. It was my son's birthday. And
I heard that.
Yeah, we went to the game. Look, first of all, we're Yankee fans, so we didn't care. He goes, "Can I wear my Yankee stuff?" I go, "Yeah, you can wear your Yankee stuff.
Of
No
course
problem."
you can.
And
You could have wore Toronto stuff in Anaheim, and they will not say a word to you.
by the way, we
Anaheim is
were in the
nicest
Toronto
fan
section.
you have.
We were in the Toronto section. We got there at 3:00 in the afternoon. My son didn't want to miss batting practice, but they don't even open the stadium up till 5. No one that even worked there. The people that worked there were getting there after we got there.
Did you do the Brody thing where you just pretend like you know everybody and you walk into the side gate with
No,
all the
I
players?
tried. We had too big of a group with us that I was like, I can't get everyone in. So we just hung on the team store and then we played wiffle ball in the parking lot.
Perfect.
Yes, and then we went inside. But we had $10 seats in the outfield, and then they gave us a promotion, double the price, and you can sit behind basically the third base dugout or the first base dugout. So we're like, great, and we were right behind the Toronto Blue Jays. Like the guy that pitched 41 for Toronto, Sanchez, his entire family was around us, and he got lit up really early. It was really, it was a very somber
were they
mood.
sad? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the stadium, there wasn't that many people there. They were going nuts, but the entire section we were in was just sort of like, that sucks. But yeah, Angel Stadium is, it's right off the freeway. It's easy to get to. It's not the greatest place to watch a baseball game, but it's nice inside. People were nice. We left after the 6th inning. They put my kid's name up on the thing, and that was it.
Pretty
You feel
cool.
for like $20, you feel like I got everything worth the baseball
the
experience.
best for money. Baseball's the best.
You get to hang out longer. You get to autographs. Guys came down. A lot of Blue Jays came down and signed for us. We got to watch them warm up, which is fascinating to the kids to watch, see them stretch and what they go through and all that stuff. But for the most part, it was fine. The Angels are not the best team. You get to watch Mike Trout play.
I would say that's
he
the
hit
most
a home
valuable
run.
part.
Yep, he hit a home run. He went first to third. Watch him hustle. We watched the right fielder for the Blue Jays. I can't remember his name.
Vlad
the poor
Guerrero?
dude.
No.
No, he didn't play.
Oh, okay.
But he just let a ball go right. One of those balls, rocket to the outfield.
Oh, yeah.
Ground ball, and he just let it go right under his glove, straight to the wall. The loneliest feeling in sports.
The Buckner.
Yeah,
all the way to third. Yeah.
And I think 2 more runs came up.
Two more
around and
runs
scored
came in,
based
yep.
off of that air, and he just had his head hung the whole inning,
Oh.
looking down at his shoes.
And we were staring at him. My 7-year-old stared at him like, "You are a professional athlete." My son turns to me, he goes, "Dad, you should yell at him and tell him to put his hat in his mouth." That's what I make them do, because if Jay Larson was on the podcast, I make him literally do this when they miss a ground ball. Turn look the ball into their glove. He goes, "You should yell and tell him to put his hat in his mouth." I go, "Buddy, nobody feels worse about this than that guy. Trust me." He goes, "You think he cares?" I go, "Yeah, no, I think he really cares." It was pretty bad. It was tough to watch right through right under his glove. Angels, you happy now that that Ohtani's back, and I picked them to win the West, and I still think they have a shot. I think Seattle's coming back down to earth. The Angels, for the Oakland, you never know what you're going to get with Oakland. They can get hot. They have the ability to go on 18-2 runs over a 20-game stretch. But for the most part, I still think it's wide open. What do you think?
I mean, winning the division will be hard. Houston is a powerhouse for sure, but I think we still have a shot at the wild card. That new rookie pitcher that we have from UCLA, Canning, he threw last night. The kid is lights out. He's had 2 starts and I think like 19 strikeouts in 2 starts. But when we get Upton back, we need Upton back to protect the lineup for Trout, Ohtani, Upton. Once we get all 3 of those, we'll start scoring runs. Maybe a shot at the wild card, I hope. I just want to see him playing in the playoffs. It's been, I think, 10 years since we made it into the playoffs. So
you're only 4.5 back.
All my friggin' Dodger fans complain that they lose the World Series. I tell them to F off. At least you made it to the playoffs.
Two World Series in a row to lose is tough. I mean, you're not the Buffalo Bills yet, but it's getting pretty old. But to get there would be nice. And then plus, you guys have you have the best baseball player in the world, so it's a centerpiece that you want to show off. Baseball would be better if the Angels were in the playoffs, or even had Mike Trout playing more baseball. I don't know. Look, I got to be honest. I don't really know a lot beyond what I've seen a couple games here and there. But I think that for me, what I saw the other day, the other guy's batting 322. Who's that? Who's hitting third? He's in that. Goodwin, yeah. He's hitting 322. So it's like you got role players, guys you didn't expect. You're not the Yankees where it's like you have everybody hurt, but once guys start coming back and getting back to their, past the spring training period where they got to go through, getting their timing back. That's the, July, August, that's when you want to be playing really, really good baseball. So, I think it's still wide open.
Yeah,
It'd be nice if we could.
Sorry?
I was just saying, it'd be nice to finally be the opposite. It's weird. Every other year for the last 5 years, we've lost all of our pitchers. And this is the first year we're losing all of our position players.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. If we could get them all back right around the start of July and make a push, they got a shot at the wild card for sure, because Seattle's going to shit the bed. They always do. Oakland, you never know. Someone's going to get a staph infection from that hellhole of a stadium that they have. They'll come to earth. So all we got to do is stay right about equal with your Yankees, and we'll have a shot at this.
Yeah, then you'll have one game to come to New York and get whooped again. Or probably go to Boston this year.
Yeah,
you'll have to go to Fenway. And get
if we go to Boston,
it's
we'll lose for sure.
Yeah, you're hoping right now for that one-game playoff. That's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
As a team,
and not against Boston, because Boston has our number and they've always had our number.
I know, and you know who doesn't? The Yankees. I told my son, he goes, "Is this stadium? Do you ever have fun here?" I go, "Some of the most fun times I've ever had in that stadium." I told him about the time Ari Shaffir and I used to go during the 2000s. The Angels played the Yankees like 3 or 4 years in a row in those 5-game wild card series. So we would try to go every year to the games that were in Anaheim, and we'd wear our Yankee stuff, and they had the fucking rally monkeys and those stupid things, and they bat them around, the swords or whatever.
Thunder sticks. And I'm telling you, it was like one of the worst experiences, because they were just like, I'm like, oh, just watching Orange County moms yell at me. I was like, oh, fuck you, lady. So what we would do is we'd go out to the parking lot, and we'd leave early because the writing was on the wall that we'd be losing. And so we'd leave like the 8th or 9th inning, and people would call us like fags and stuff as we left. So we'd start to hold hands. We played into it, And then as we walked to our car, we just turned every rear view mirror of every car, the ones on the side, the side mirrors. We just jammed every single one all the way to our car. Any car we can get our hands on. We're just like the slightest little fuck you. I just hope it caused. Ari goes, even if it caused one minor accident, it's worth it. And I go, yeah, buddy, you're right.
Petty win.
Yeah, it's a small win, a small victory for us. Yeah.
Well, if we get to a spot this year where it's Yankees versus Angels in a playoff series, I think I could hang with you and Ari. I'll look for an invite on that.
All right. Well, chances are we'll be going to the games in New York. Okay. Because I don't see you guys getting a one-game playoff versus Boston and winning there. You better hope that you can probably get it at home.
And be prepared to be called a faggot there.
And, of course, yes, in Boston, for sure, my friend. Absolutely. Wear your Angel stuff because they'll love you over there. Game of Thrones.
I think that's Yankees and Boston are the two stadiums I would not have the balls to wear my Angel gear. Everywhere else, we did a road trip. Oakland was a little rough. The Giants still hate Angels from 2002, but Yankees and Boston, no, I'm gonna wear plain stuff those days.
I wore my Rays jersey at the Yankee Stadium, and they were cool. Everyone was very
it's
cool.
really like it's like, hey, you're a fucking asshole. You're not on our side, but like we're not going to beat you up. Like I think like the violence that I see, like I would be petrified. Like there are guys that work here at All Things Comedy that are all San Francisco Giants fans, and I'm like, how do you bring your kids to a Dodger game? I could never bring my.
That's nuts there.
I could never do that. Never. I would be like, hey, we don't go. Like we'll go to San Francisco and we'll go to as many home games as we can get to up there. But I'm not bringing you down here to a division rival. I would wear a Yankee jersey. I'd feel better about wearing a Yankee jersey to Fenway than I would about being a San Francisco fan and wearing a Giants jersey to Dodger Stadium or vice versa.
It's a much different thing too. The Dodgers killed two people in the last.
I mean, yeah, it really is. So it's like, yeah, there's division rivals, but I don't see it being nearly as bad as it is out here with violence like that. But
Yankee Stadium blew me away with how nice they were. Everyone was really cool.
Yeah, well, you're Tampa.
Oh.
We
have a winning record against you.
I know it's pretty crazy how
The Rays are actually really good against the Yankees.
19 games a year, and you usually end up splitting at least or taking a couple more. Were you happy? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say one of my favorite stories, and you're saying how nice the Yankee staff are. One of my favorite baseball stories is the time I went to Yankee Stadium, and it was a work event. One of my coworkers was a Mormon guy. Walks up to the counter and says, "Yes, may I please have a hot dog?" And the lady standing behind the counter, who was at least 5'11", and she was a big lady, literally throws down her towel and yells to everybody in the concourse, "How many times I gotta tell all y'all motherfuckers, we ain't got no more fucking hot dogs. Stop ordering fucking hot dogs." And he literally puts his head down and just starts walking away. And I tell him, hey, dude, if you were in Anaheim, they would have ran 3 concourses down to get you a hot dog. And Yankee Stadium, they tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, man. Well, look, to be fair, she had told people that there were no more hot dogs. Okay? And, how many times can you lead a horse to water before you realize you can't make him drink, man? All right? You got to get the message across pretty quickly in the Bronx. There's not a lot of time to fuck around.
I don't think anybody ordered a damn hot dog after that. That's for damn sure.
Yep. I love that. I can't wait to get back to New York to go to a game. I wanted to know what you thought about Game of Thrones. Were you happy?
I'm definitely happy. The show's progressing exactly how I thought. It's going to come down to the final show before we find out who ends up on the throne. The right people are dying. The right people are living. It's going to get to the end where Jaime's going to kill Cersei. Thing's over at the end.
Did you have something against Miss Sunday? She's the only one who died.
It sounds like a Hitler speech at the end. We'll see who gets to the throne at the end. The right people are dying. Look,
well, she was 190 years old and birthed 2 babies from her cooter that was shadow babies.
That's Melisandre.
She had some issues in the beginning.
That's Melisandre. We're talking about Miss Sunday. Miss Sunday died this weekend.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, Miss Sunday.
Yeah.
They have to move it along. They have to, what it makes me think is going to actually happen is that Grey Worm is now going to be the one who kills the Mountain. Because
that's a good call.
That theory.
It's going to come down to the Hound, and the Hound's going to say, "I'm over it. I don't care anymore." And Grey Worm's going to step up and say, "Motherfucker, I still care." And he's going to be the one that kills the Hound. Or, the Mountain.
Wow, that's interesting. Even though I don't know I know who Grey Worm is. I know who the Mountain is, but I don't know. Again, I'm new to this, so I'm not exactly sure the whole backstory as to why people are pissed. But the dude with no dick is very upset. His girl just got her head lopped off.
Somebody's gonna die,
and I'm not, because that tied me up with Brenton in our death pool.
Yep.
I had Misandry. I am now tied with him.
And you have one more character dead than him. So.
Oh, of course I do. I had less
you had
points.
2 1-point characters.
Yes, so. I know. And I've got some real big bangers coming up because I have a feeling that Jon Snow is going to have to kill his lady.
Oh, wow. Yes,
you think Jon Snow's going to kill Daenerys?
You're goddamn right I do. Or she's going to have to kill him. One of them's going to kill each other, bro, because
I think you're right.
They know that only one of them's going to sit on that throne, and it's got to be the right person.
I thought Sansa was going to kill Daenerys.
I think Arya might kill Daenerys.
Oh wow.
Well, all I know is I got both those people, and I'm gonna win this goddamn Game of Thrones pool. I'm gonna let you. Go ahead.
Sorry, getting back to, you said Grey Worm's pissed. Wouldn't you be pissed if you found a super, super hot chick that's willing to overlook the fact that you don't have a dick anymore?
That's
and
a
then
good
that
point.
chick gets killed? I mean, that was literally like 1 in a billion.
I know.
Hot chick who doesn't care he doesn't have a dick.
She's
And
like,
she got killed. So
she's
yeah,
like,
I'd
I'm
be pretty
cool
pissed
holding
off,
hands
too.
with you.
And she had a good job.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
she had a great job.
Spoke lots of tongues. Lots of tongues. Well, that was the thing I wanted to say is that, I'll Instagram you my stuff, but if you're having those Game of Thrones questions where none of you guys know, I'm the dork that's read the book, then watched the movie, so I can usually answer any questions for you.
Well, if we have any questions, please, and if you see us struggling, don't call in. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate
Great
the call,
show, you
brother.
guys. I love it. Listen to it every week, man.
Thank you.
Get some new books up there, and we'll be ready to go.
All right. Later.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I would look. I watched it last night. I think that I told you in the parking lot. I watched that extra stuff. Do you ever watch that extra stuff, Em? At the end.
At the end, the like interview with the producers.
Yep. I think I caught a little mistake because they were talking about how they killed the one dragon's dead, right? And how she felt about that, blah blah blah. She looks very pissed off. And then going forward after that, they had said they killed the dragon. He goes, and then next week with the dragons, plural.
Right.
Then there's a scene where the dude's looking up into the sky, and he makes that face where he's like, "What's that? What dude? Who's the guy that's throwing out
Greyjoy.
Wait,
Yeah.
so I actually saw a theory that goes along with that. Kind of was, remember, Steve, you might not remember this as much, but there a couple seasons ago, Drogon the dragon went like missing. They couldn't find him for weeks.
Okay.
And I read this theory that apparently they say it in the books or something that in the past there have been dragons that they thought were male that actually were female, and dragons similar to like the Komodo dragon can reproduce without a male.
Yep.
And so there's this theory that Drogon's actually a female dragon and was disappeared because she was laying eggs somewhere, and that they're gonna hatch and show up.
Which makes sense because the dragon was at Valyria or whatever, where the dragons are from.
Right.
That's what they said Drogo was.
Don't know what the
Right.
fuck you guys are talking about, but here's what I think. I caught dragons, plural, right, which is a tell, and I saw Homeboy looking up into the sky going, whoa. So I'm thinking either it's fucking straight up armor dragon coming down made with armor, but probably not because that thing, those arrows are going through a lot of shit.
Also, did you not think they reloaded those arrows like way too fast?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking to myself, I told Tracy, my wife, I go, hey, she backed out. She's going to go back and light them up now. But I guess they reload. I'm like, those things got to be super heavy. There's
Right,
no
like
way
they were reloading them so fast.
very, very quickly.
I thought the same thing. I was like, it was a little too quick. Especially for the first time when they shot it. It
Yeah.
was like an hour to reload it.
And I'm like, how are they? Where are they keeping all these extra arrows and like blasting up the boats and stuff? I was like, man, how many of these arrows did they make, and where are they keeping them all?
And why haven't they invented this sooner if it's doing that much damage?
I also don't understand why, knowing that the rest of the army was like on the King's Road and like walking down, why they went ahead to King's Landing so much earlier than, because they said it was going to be 2 weeks until Jon Snow got there with the rest of the army. And I was like, why didn't you just hang out and wait to roll up until Jon Snow was ready to roll up too?
Another question I asked my wife, I go, is this like when they showed the boat, I go, is that the north right there? It looked like Maui coming in. I'm like, she goes, yeah, or the south, or wherever the hell they were going.
King's Landing.
King's Landing. She goes, yeah. I go, that was it? That was the boat was it's like a ferry ride.
Yeah.
And they're not like sneaking up. There's no like battle plans as to like, they're just going to roll straight up and hope she just gives it up. And then all of a sudden, like, everything that happened with the.
I'm also curious if Euron's going to get pissed because there's this whole thing going around, like Tyrion knew about the Cersei's pregnancy, but Euron only found out about it that morning. So how could Tyrion have known about it at all?
But Tyrion knows it's Jaime's too.
Right, but if Euron's smart enough, which he might not be, he should put that together and be like, that's not my child, or she's not newly pregnant. This has been a thing since she last saw her brothers,
Euron.
which was
more like moron.
Yeah, literally.
Fucking
but that
dummy.
might have been just, if he's smart enough to put that together and to realize it's not actually his baby, he's going to get pissed.
Yeah, that's why they're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Somebody's dying next week.
Look,
Oh yeah,
again,
a bunch of people are dying on Sunday.
Look
for
at me
sure.
hanging with you guys who have watched, and I didn't waste fucking 4,000 hours of my life like you guys.
I didn't waste any.
You
I didn't
nerds.
waste it. I loved it.
I
Yeah, I
loved
know.
every minute of it.
I love
I
it.
feel like you love the season you've watched.
I kind of do, guys. I'm kind of into it.
That's the thing, though. If you're enjoying this season at all, you would enjoy the first seasons way
Oh,
more.
the Red
'cause
Wedding is-
the other seasons are I think they're so much stronger than this. This is a lot of like wrap up, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
But the other seasons, the build up to it all, much better. I think.
I think the Red Wedding was one of those big, great surprises.
Yeah, the Red
But
Wedding was
he'll know
fantastic.
already. I mean, he'll know. just
I mean, yeah,
because-
you'll know that these people are dying and whatever, and you know where they're gonna end up. So I guess it's a little spoiled, but it's still like some solid work there.
I'm into it. I'll go back and watch them. Probably, maybe.
The
When I have some time.
Hodor waiting like 5 seasons just for that one.
To find out about Hodor.
Yeah.
There's a time loop happening there too that they haven't addressed.
There's only 2 episodes left, right?
Yeah, but it's about 3 hours of content because they're both about an hour and a half, I think,
Yeah.
or 80 minutes. Sorry, hour and 20.
Do you watch Barry after it?
No.
I love
so
Barry.
I know it is, but I'll watch them all when it's over. Just like I'm going to
great.
do with Vice. About Veep. Sorry. Did anyone watch or look at the Met Gala pictures?
I just saw the pictures. I didn't like.
I saw
watch
Tiffany
the
Haddish
carpet.
brought fried chicken.
She did great. She made
Fuck
her own
yeah, she
fried
did.
chicken.
Hilarious.
Brought it with her. Kept it in her purse because she didn't know what kind of food they were going to serve.
And then gave it to some other reporters.
Give it to people, dude.
That's awesome.
That's the move to pull. Keep it. When you go to a thing like that, the more everyman you can keep it, the better it plays. Unless you're like fucking. Can you pull up what Jared Leto? Did you see what he did? Did you see what Jared Leto's outfit was? Oh, Eric, did you see this, Em?
His head?
Yes.
Yeah, he had like a
So
like
the
a
theme
mock
was
of his
camping.
Camp, yeah.
Camp. But I guess you can interpret it any way you want. So some people thought of it as camp, like campy, making like fun of or light of yourself, or perhaps some people went the camping route.
Oh my God.
Dude, it is. First of all, it's pretty remarkable. The guy is so fucking beautiful that I find myself, I don't know which head to stare at. Like his actual head, his real head, or the head that's the other head.
Is that like a Kathy Griffin? Like, why couldn't he not
It's
get in
not
trouble?
bloodied. It's his own head.
Well, I guess
It's
so.
not like a bloodied, like, I think it's like the restful, peaceful. It's not like he cut his own head off. It's almost just like he's carrying around his own, like Hall of Fame bust or something like that, you know?
It looks like he's going to be winning the throne.
That's a skirt or dress? That's a dress, right?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know how you.
it's fancy.
When you pee in that, I don't know if you pee with a zipper or you lift the whole thing up and you just. Do you wear underwear? You don't wear underwear with that. Not if you're Jared Leto.
It looks like it has like one of those, you know,
slit?
a little flap.
A little slit or flap.
I
in
also
the
think
front.
camp can be interpreted as like campy, like things that are campy in style, like
That's the way
big
I took
glittery
it.
jewels and stuff. Because Lena Waite's jacket said black drag queens invented camp because that used to be a style that was used in the drag community for a long time. Just like big glittery, like costume jewelry, almost kind of stuff like that. So I think a lot of people took it that way as well, not just
Got
like
it.
camping, like sleeping bags.
The
and
head's
stuff.
very weird.
It's creepy.
It's
realistic,
right?
It's terrifying to look at, honestly.
I
There's
mean-
a picture somewhere of Kendall Jenner holding it, and I was like, this is fucking weird.
I know. The great photographer, you guys should follow him, Kevin Mazur, who is a tremendous photographer. I've known him for years now, and he's basically the guy that shoots everything in New York City. And so he had some great behind footage shots. Go to his Instagram. But he got some great ones of Kendall Jenner holding the head. I mean, the head, it could not look more real than
It's
the
so
way he looked
realistic.
that day. It was so remarkable.
The eyes were creepy, icy blue. It was like it's terrifying.
He is a handsome fucking
The
dude.
first time I saw it, I thought it was a weird Photoshop thing, and I was like, "Who the fuck is doing this? Is this a thing?" And then I
That
realized
is
he
so
actually walked
weird.
the carpet.
Yeah, that
like
picture's got Jeff Bezos looking at Jared Leto, Kendall Jenner holding the Jared Leto head,
In between
one
her
of the other
boobs.
Jenners staring at the head, and Kim, of course, is just fucking
looking like a robot.
just right ahead. Yeah, perfect, bingo. Yeah, I mean, look, it's remarkable. I don't know. I liked what's her name did. Lady Gaga
big dress. It was almost like Russian nesting
layers,
doll.
yeah.
Like she just kept like me at the half marathon, stripping layers off.
Yes, exactly. That's what we'll be doing in Joshua Tree.
Keeping them. You can keep them as heirlooms, as memorabilia. And so, yeah, she got down to basically nothing then.
Is that? Yeah, there it is right
And
here.
that's the way I'd want to go in and party then.
Lady Gaga.
I mean, I wouldn't want to eat a meal. Do you know what I would feel like if I sat down wearing that out, like just eating? Like my gut would be my gut would push down the panties and the pantyhose, and they would curl under, so it would just be gut, and then you would see like pantyhose. It would
I
be
feel
really
like this
gross.
could be a prop bet. You could actually have to go out and eat in that.
Well, one of us, we should have. Well, I mean, outfits are tough. We're realizing outfits are tough because we don't have the ability to either create or get these.
Although
outfits.
we have to pick what outfit Brenton's running in, don't we?
Well, we should be. We have got great options here.
Yeah, we could take
We
inspiration
really
from
do.
the
We've
Met
got
Gala.
a lot of Met Gala options here. Cardi B had a really nice. I mean,
Yeah, Cardi's dress was great.
I don't know how you functionally move around. Or
You have an entire team dedicated to carrying.
Yeah,
your
here's
dress,
Cardi
I assume.
If we
I'm
had-
assuming. I bet part of it. She either.
that was
probably-
the second one. The first one had a train on it.
I was gonna
that
say she
like-
definitely changed for the after party part of it, but the first one had that huge train that was like the entire staircase of the
Yeah.
walk of the red carpet.
I'd love to see Brenton going down the trails of Joshua Tree with a
With a bustle
45-foot
dress.
bustle dress with a train hanging out the back. Oh, that'd be great. Baby Brenton. We'd lose him in that little dress.
Yeah, I don't even think I could do that, and I've worn dresses like that. That would be insane.
I don't really care about the...
Or even him in a penguin tux would be really funny just to see him running in a penguin tux.
Yeah, make him run it in a tux.
Yeah.
a little penguin outfit.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's interesting to see these things, but I don't know what these aren't functional.
It's like fun and glamorous to look at the pictures and stuff, but like I don't even understand what the Met Gala is.
It's just to raise
yeah.
money.
Oh.
For
Just
what?
a tremendous fundraiser for rich people. I don't know, Illuminati,
Probably.
whatever Tripoli's bitching about on Tinfoil Hat podcast.
Conspiracies.
Yeah, yeah, it would be more fun for Sam to answer. What is the Met Gala for? Well, it's the meeting of the Illuminati every year to destroy, the
brains of the people,
yeah,
to put fluoride in the water, turn the frogs
exactly.
gay.
And you make us all gay and gay robot snake people or whatever we're supposed to be.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, it's interesting to see like the different. I don't know really if anyone went too crazy. That's what you're supposed to do with that thing, but yeah.
I mean, it's all a little crazy in its own. I mean, I guess as far as like a red carpet goes, it's all a little crazy, and that's the whole point.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Jared Leto? Anyone had to like at any point like, hey man, you forgot your head over here?
Yeah,
Like,
do you think as he got drunker throughout the night? I mean, I don't know if he drinks, but do you think he like got drunk and left his head at the bar and was like, "Yo, man, I think I left my head."
Like, there's no way he still has that head. He gave it to someone.
They're probably gonna
gifted
sell
to
it.
Someone, yeah, sell
It's
it.
gonna get auctioned off and
Yeah.
sold
So
for
it's-
more charity.
So it's for the Metropolitan Museum of Arts.
Yeah, for
Oh, okay.
So basically keeps the art museum open, which no way, because they wouldn't need that much money every year.
They probably. I think the Met. I think they do a lot of like outreach programs and like they do. I think there's a lot of grants and scholarships and stuff. So it probably just goes to stuff like that.
yeah.
$30,000 per person.
That's how much it is.
They probably spent 3 times that on their outfits.
$275,000 per table.
I think that's for normal people. I think that I know some friends that have gone.
They get invited.
They get invited. You get invited. You don't have to pay.
And you kind of like silently make a bit.
You make a donation at some point.
Yeah.
But to get invited is like ridiculous. And once you get uninvited, like some people have, my wife is all into this. Like Anna Wintour runs it, and like once you get uninvited, you can almost never get reinvited again. Like there's someone famous that like shit on it one year, and then like she got uninvited, and now it's like boom, you're never coming back. That doesn't matter how big you get, you're not coming back.
It doesn't look that fun.
It looks like
It looks real stuffy.
I would be like, what? It feels to me like what Halloween is for my wife. It's like she gets so crazy about it and gets so like anxious and like prepares for it, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, so I feel fucking terrible.
That's how I feel about Halloween.
Yeah,
I hate Halloween.
And so that's what this feels like to me. I'm like, oh my god,
Have to get dressed up. Ugh.
I mean, like, first of all, do you know how much a head my size would weigh? A fake head? It would be 55
That's a
pounds.
good question. I wonder how much Jared Leto's head weighs.
Nothing. It's perfect.
He has like a wax
Like
figure.
the
Do you think
hair.
they made it.
The fucking hair on that thing The hair on
I wonder
the
if it
on the
was real
head.
human hair.
Oh, I'm sure it was probably his own hair. He probably started growing it last year in preparation for this year's gala, and cut it off halfway, saved it up. God damn, he's a beautiful man, though.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean,
There's a picture for you, Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that shows you how light it is. He's not using any energy to hold that up.
No. I really wish it did something, like it talked or it the
I feel
eyes
like
moved.
whoever makes the wax figures for the wax museums must have made that. Right? Like, it's too realistic.
He looks like a white prince. Like,
Kind
not
of.
the
Yep.
singer, not the actual prince.
I mean,
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
The eyes on that head, though, they're like staring
Creepy.
into my soul.
They're very creepy.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Like
If I was drunk and I just saw that head sitting
would
on
make
a
out with
table,
that head.
No, I'd probably be terrified.
my wife would make out with that head. I think she would. She would pick it up off the ground and make out with it because she knew the closest thing she would ever get to Jared Leto.
Do you think he actually got a blowjob from himself?
I bet you the fucking mannequin got a blowjob. The mannequin, the head made out with Emily Ratajkowski.
Just went down on a bunch of chicks that night.
The head.
Yeah.
But not
There were
Jared
women
Leto.
fighting over the head.
I believe it. I bet that's gonna get auctioned off, and some weird, creepy fan is gonna buy it and
Cut
build
to
a shrine.
me going home. What's his package, babe? What's in the box?
Steve's
Babe,
running
what's
the
in the
marathon.
box?
You can run the marathon
What's
holding.
in the box?
You should run the half marathon holding his head.
I'm gonna hold that fucking Jared Leto head up.
That's Brenton's costume right there.
We want you to run the entire time with your own head, with a little baby Brenton head.
Little paper mache Brenton.
I want to get back for a second to the Kentucky Derby because we got sidetracked for a second. I watched the Kentucky Derby. We're talking about pomp and talking about heads and hats. It's a day. It's a fun thing for everyone to get dressed up. It's got to suck to be in the rain. That's not what you go there for. You want to be outside, hanging out in the sun. It was sloppy, and again, I don't know I don't know how that affects the track as far as shifting lanes. I don't know how many horse races I've ever watched live or in slow motion, slowed down like that. Probably 15, 20. I don't know if I saw anything different than anything I've ever seen before. I don't know. I'm not sure if it really plays into the fact that it changed the outcome of the race. That he shifted over 3 or 4 lanes. The favorite was it Major Crimes? I can't remember the name of it.
Maximum security.
Maximum security.
And they're saying he ran like a drunk driver.
Look, don't you think that those guys that do the announcing would have picked up on any those guys seem pretty calm after they were like, hey, we didn't see anything egregious, anything too bad, anything that warrants the overturn of the results. So it seems shocking to them. It's never been done before. So that's why, to me, I'm like, I don't if it fell down or bucked another horse out of the way, that would be like, oh, okay, there's something there. But I'm like,
somebody tried to compare it on sports radio to NASCAR, and they were like, if you go over in lanes in NASCAR, you get penalized. I'm like, no, you don't. If you're keeping a driver behind you, that makes it more competitive, more interesting. That's why Bristol's the number one race people go to.
Yeah.
Because the wrecks happen, because people are constantly going in and out of lanes and they're keeping somebody behind them. Horse racing would be way more fun that way.
Well, I think that the argument against it is that they're trying to avoid horses slamming into each other and getting fucked up and
then
dying.
having to shoot them on the track.
Yeah, because a car wrecks, you just fix the car, but shooting that fucking horse, man, it never gets easy.
But it would be entertaining.
It never gets easy, bro. But I see what they're trying to do. I just feel like I don't know if this is a new thing now that's going to be, because this is now going to open up. You change the Kentucky Derby winner. Everything is subject now.
And that's the first time it's ever happened. Right?
First time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if it had anything to do with the odds, but I mean, the odds were pretty ridiculous. That it was an enormous shift in money. You went from a 4-1
to a
horse
61-2 odds.
winning,
Yeah.
to a 65, I heard, to 1 odds.
Which is
You bet $1. You bet $1, and you pick the exacta, which is 4 horses in a row. $1 won you $52,000 something dollars. $52,000, $1, because you're starting at a horse at 65 to 1 odds as the winner, and then you're picking the favorite number 2. It's or disqualified. I guess was he disqualified or
he was disqualified, and it was so weird because I heard the actual after the race. Like he's like thinking he won, and you hear it on they're giving him congratulations.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
they wrote up to him on the
That has
NBC
to be
Brad
the
Quiet.
worst.
They do the whole interview. This is your first time, your 7th Kentucky Derby to the jockey, seventh Kentucky Derby, 7th time's a charm. Congratulations. Oh, you saw it. They're looking at it. No, I didn't bump anything. It was just the horse got a little spooked because of the noise. Blah 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 blah. Move on. That was it.
It reminds me of that Kentucky game where they doused the coach too quick at the end of the game, and they ended up hitting a 3-pointer then they lost the game overall. But they're already doused the coach.
My God. Yeah. So it's look. I don't think anyone thought that this thing was going to be overturned. And they even said don't read into the fact that it's taking 20 minutes because they just are very efficient. They're very thorough and they go through everything. So okay, fine. And then when they overturned it, I was in the shower. I came out. My wife's like, they overturned it. I was like, what the fuck?
And this guy got his first Kentucky Derby win off a default.
Basically. I mean, it's ruined now this year's because the Kentucky Derby, it's like, all right, that's the one everyone watches, the first one. And a horse, so people will watch the Preakness. Oh, back-to-back. And then it brings a little bit of interest into the Belmont at the end. Can someone win the Triple Crown?
But this horse has no
chance. This horse has no chance.
Mm-hmm.
The horse Maximum Security is not even racing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what the thought is on that. I would think it would be better to race because if it wins the other 2 legs, you could probably get more money for breeding when like, hey, this is a horse that really is technically a Triple Crown winner, but a little bit of mud and a couple lane changes cost.
Yeah, retire him and sell his sperm.
So exactly, but now it's like they're not going to race him. I don't know if it's going to devalue the horse, but I just between all the horses dying and then that happening on Sunday, it just sort of it was tough.
Yeah.
And it sucked.
And the horse racing guys were saying that. They were saying that this was actually, the controversy was good for horse racing.
Why?
Because it took away from the deaths of the horses.
Dude, if that's
Which
like
is
being like
creepy as shit.
Yeah, that's like being like, good news is my uncle's fucking my sister now.
Yeah. But
because he used to fuck my mom. It's like, all right, well, neither one of those things are really great. Like, they're both terrible. That's not what you want to be. I look at it like, if no one's really complaining, if it's not like a thing where it's like, everyone's up in arms about, or if a horse got hurt or a horse got, injured because of what happened, it's like, you just got to let that thing play out. Of course, Donald Trump lays in. Do you see his tweet? Like minutes after he puts up, like, I blame political correctness. He blamed political correctness on this. This whole thing has to do with political correctness. It's the overcorrection of everything. It's just, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So, yeah, man. I was like, this sucks. I'm not going to watch the. It's not like appointment television anymore. Where I'm like, I'm really going to make sure I check in now to see on who wins the Preakness because I couldn't give.
When the Triple Crown's out of play, it's really not as fun.
Yeah, it doesn't matter really, and it's not, and especially with the way this happened, it's like this sucks, and so really the best horse win.
I never understood, like they won't. They'll kill the horse for breaking its leg, right?
Yeah.
I mean, why not rehabilitate the horse? I've always heard that because the horse has a terrible life after that, but wouldn't a broken leg with a terrible life be better than dying?
I have no idea. Sometimes I would imagine that the horse, like all that weight, it just snaps pretty bad where you're like, I don't know. Like,
even if the horse is like a little Kaiser Soze, I'd still feel better about it.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, I mean, if the horse could be like, "Hey, I'm good. Let me get it up," but, but I think, for the most part, they're just like, "This is a catastrophic." Like you said, it's like a car crash. The speed they're going and the impact they have, those are usually fucking lights out sort of injuries.
You get a little horsey wheelchair.
Like, those ones in the NBA you can't watch, or like the NFL.
The Tyrone Prothro from Alabama, Florida.
Or Joe Theis, man, or Willis McGahee when his leg shattered. Like, don't even pull those. You're pulling them up, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can't watch anything like that. Do you ever watch, like, Faces of Death?
I watched that when I was like 13.
Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
Interested in morbid stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Like, my friend committed suicide with a shotgun, and immediately I was like, what does that look like?
Oh, wow. Yeah. What is that face? Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm not I'm not built that way. I don't mind that. Like, if it happens, you're like, whoa, that's pretty intense, but I'm not going to actively search it out. Like, I know on SportsCenter when they're like, okay, when they give you the warning, like, what, the injury was pretty gruesome. Which one? What are you pulling up right now?
The worst,
oh, my God. What is this?
Tyrone Prothro. Oh, yeah, that one's pretty bad.
Oh my God. I'm closing my eyes. I really can't because I'll vomit. You know,
His whole foot's hanging off. I was watching that game live and I puked.
Does that stuff bother you, Em?
Like broken bones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
like,
pretty squeamish person.
Yeah, you blood? You like blood?
Blood, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, blood doesn't necessarily freak me out. It's like if I can see a bone break, like broken like that, like you can see it, that
compound
freaks me out.
fractures out of the skin.
Yeah, like anything medical, like needles, like IVs and stuff. I had to get blood drawn once, and they literally had to like strap me down because I was so freaked out about the concept of a needle in my veins.
I don't like it. You know what?
Yeah, I can't do it. It freaks me out.
I'm giving blood on Tuesday, by the way. You should give blood because Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, for the record, does have a shortage right now, and they're
okay.
actually So,
but
if you
THC in your blood, you can't give it to Children's Hospital.
you have how much THC? Of course.
You have to be clean for like a month before you can give blood with THC in your system.
What?
I'm fucked.
Oh,
I think you have to be clean even longer than that. I don't know.
Is that
it's
true?
Enough,
really?
It's enough to get out of your system. They don't want to put THC blood into other people.
That's what my wife said today. She goes, "You can't get blood. You smoke pot." I go, "Yeah, okay. You think they don't? Take
You can
pot
give it
from. They would have no blood if they didn't take blood.
No, you can give it, but what they'll do is they'll probably subsidize it to another place, not like a children's hospital. They can't take your blood to a children's hospital though. They'll be getting
Those kids will be fucking
high.
Yeah, I would definitely ask.
blood.
I'm sure they ask that before you give blood if you've smoked weed or
They do.
anything.
They ask
They
in the
had to fill that
application.
questionnaire. Yeah, I just lie all the time on that thing. Gay sex? Nope. What?
I didn't
What?
make
Wait a
a
minute,
porno.
what?
in-
I saw
in
that
Phoenix.
porno.
Phoenix? What are you talking about?
I caught the live version.
Wait a minute. Oh, so anyway, I was talking about giving blood. What was I saying before giving blood?
We're squeamish.
I don't like. So we had for like kid sports, you got to take like a thing where it's like first aid 101 basically, but it's like for cuts and bruises, and I think I may have like broken my arm, that kind of, but not
Like to set a bone so that you can get them to the
yeah,
hospital.
like
kind
okay,
of stuff.
hold their wrist like this, like, and you feel like have them squeeze like that kind of stuff. Like I'm not
Right.
sure if this is broken, but I wouldn't like. So I'm fully prepared. Like yesterday, we had a kid ground ball right back at him, pitcher right off his ankle, took one hard. I'm prepared to go out there. Oh, is this okay? Okay, you're crying. But like, if I see like a kid dive and his shoulder pops out and it's hanging the other way, I'm
throw
running
up.
to my fucking car. Do you understand? Like, I'm not the hero that's like, guys, I'd be like, someone's got to help. Someone's got to help him.
I mean, I guess there's like
That's
an
not-
adrenaline thing, but like even when I broke my own bones, like when I broke my elbow, I was like squeamish while they were trying to take x-rays of my own arm. I
Yes.
was like going to throw up all over the place.
Yep. And that's how I would feel. And so I feel like my adrenaline kick would be to run towards my car and run in the opposite direction from the danger
Yeah,
and where I
it's not my
need it.
thing.
Was it Ronnie Lott that cut his finger off in the game?
Yeah, he broke his finger, like compound fractured it, like it was just dangling. And so they were like, look, we're going to set this thing. You're going to put a cast on. It's going to be about 3 weeks. And he's like, what? 3 weeks?
That
So
happened. I
insane.
used to work in a restaurant in Boston, and we were cleaning up one night, and one of the cooks was cleaning the mandolin, and he sliced the tip of his finger off, and they couldn't find the tip of his finger, so he went to the emergency room, and then we were cleaning up, and someone found the tip of his finger, and I almost threw up all over the restaurant. It was the most. I like had to leave. I was like, "That I'm not finishing my side work. I'm leaving." It was disgusting.
I've always been like that.
Yeah,
Our
me
baseball
too.
coach, he took a foul ball right off his tooth. It knocked his 2 front teeth out. He started bleeding. He was like, "Oh!" He just picked them up off the ground. Like, "Oh my!" I started crying. I'm in third base. I'm like, "Oh my!" God. I'm crying. He's like, "It's my teeth. It's my teeth. I'm all right." I'm like,
And you're like, I am not all
There's
right.
blood
Do
everywhere.
you do the same thing where you like see something like that happen to someone and you immediately imagine like it happening to you?
Oh, yeah.
The pain I feel.
Like you
it.
put yourself in that and
feel
you're
that
like, oh
pain.
my God, I can't think about this anymore.
I feel like if I see someone's leg snap, and I'm like, oh, I know what my little leg would feel like if it just snapped off like that. Yeah, and I put myself into that amount of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Then the thing
terrible.
is, I've broken many bones. That's my thing. I break bones. I don't know what it is, but it
On your
still
body
grosses
or
me out.
other people's?
No, on
Yeah.
my body. I've broken a lot of my own bones.
What's the worst break you've ever had?
When I broke my elbow was the worst one for sure.
Ooh.
That was the worst one to live with because I was a bartender at the time, so I had to bartend one-handed. It was a whole thing, and they can't cast a broken elbow because the bone I broke is the bone that sits in your joint and rotates. So if you cast that and it heals that way, it'll heal stuck. You will lose your range of motion.
Oh, you're all like John McCain arm?
You'd be like that guy from
Like
India.
I wouldn't be able to straighten out my arm. Yeah, so I had a sling and a nice prescription for oxycodone.
Yep.
And every day I had to take it out of the sling and I had to force it to move and go straight. Otherwise, I'd lose my range of motion entirely.
Oh, so you
That
just
was-
pop that pill and just straighten it out?
Yeah, I used to take the medicine and then I would like lay in my bed and like every like minute or so I'd move my arm a little bit further until it was straight and then I'd put it back. But that was the most miserable one. I couldn't do my own hair. I couldn't like put my own pants on. It was like I was an idiot.
How'd
for
you do
2 months.
that?
Luckily I had a boyfriend who lived with me at the time who tried to learn how to do my hair and he would help me like get dressed and shower and stuff because I couldn't. Eventually I kind of figured some stuff out, but like I had no use of my arm at all. I
would
couldn't
love to
bend
see
it.
pictures of you from that time, like your different hairstyles, like one
Well,
bun,
I worked-
one bun, and one ponytail.
Yeah, I worked in a restaurant, so I was working in a restaurant. So my boyfriend at the time would do my hair before I left for work, and then I'd get to work, and my manager would redo my hair for me because we had rules. It had to be a certain like height. It had to be up. I have long hair, so I had to put it in buns and braids and stuff. So I would go in early so my manager could do my hair.
That is so sweet.
Did you break up with him?
We broke up last year.
I'm saying, were you the one to pull the trigger? Because after all he does for her, and then
He'd be like, I
Yeah,
went
he
to
did all that.
Vidal school for you.
He did all that, then he moved to California for me, and then a year and a half later I broke up with him.
fuck yeah, I'm like,
Cold-blooded,
she does
Em.
break. She
I
does
love
break
it. I
bones.
love it, dude.
Hey,
She's
you
a
know.
death slayer.
So you can't make it last forever all the time.
Mother
That's right.
of dragons.
Mother of dragons right there.
I wish I had a fucking dragon.
I think, by the way, there's going to be more dragons next week. I told you.
I think so too. I think the
We'll come
theory
with
that
a fucking-
Drogon was disappeared because she was laying eggs is a very valid theory. I
Yep.
think that
The
could be very
amphibious
real.
dragon.
I was telling Steve that I think that Drogo's he's an armored dragon already. Like I think he's bigger and better than all the other dragons.
I think the other dragons were I think they were weaker than Drogon, and I think Drogon is like the bad. She's the mother of dragons. It makes sense that her
The other
baddest dragon is a woman who.
Wouldn't it be cool if
went
the
laid
dragons
eggs.
were littler dragons so they can like get through, like they can kind of.
They were
They
smaller.
still had firepower out of their mouth, but they can like
But
kind
they
of
can navigate smaller
through those-
spaces.
They're like
Yeah.
the things from the Wizard of Oz.
yes, like the little
They just
monkeys that
hound
fly.
everybody.
Well, because there is when when her dragons got taken from her, like I don't know, season 2 maybe, and she was in the House of the Undying. She has that vision where she's walking in the throne room in King's Landing and the roof is completely destroyed.
yeah.
And we thought I saw this theory that like everyone thought it was snow, but like what if it was ash from the dragon fire? Like they burn everything and it's just like ash falling.
like nuclear fallout.
But yeah, exactly. But
Whoa.
that has to come back around. There's no way that was just like, oh, this would be a cool thing to do. Like there was definitely some thought behind that flashback or
Maybe
flash
she
forward,
was,
I guess.
And you said Arya might kill her. Maybe she was seeing herself in Arya's in the body of her.
Oh yeah, because Arya can take faces.
Oh, she can?
Yeah, because she's
Oh yeah,
Facial
she
no
changes.
one.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
a man is no one or a girl
She's a
is no one.
shapeshifter.
yeah.
I like that. Speaking of shape shifting, I don't know. Speaking of shape,
Are you gonna try to shape
I don't know
shift into
why.
an
I don't know.
anteater?
That's, yeah, I'm trying to try to change the subject here for a second too. I know the Yankees are playing the Tampa Bay Devil Rays this weekend.
Yeah.
You want to make a bet on who's going to win more games? They're
I
first
actually
place,
think
second place?
I think the Rays are going to win. How many they're playing? 3-game series.
I think they're playing 3. I could check. It might be
got it.
4. Let's make a little side bet on that, on who wins more, because it's an important series. Even though it's still May, it's important. It's first place, second place, and if you're my son, it's the most important series of the year so far. He's like, we have to win at least most of the games. They're in New York, though, right?
It's a 3-game series.
3-game series.
I say we win 2 out of 3.
Okay, we'll make a bet on it then. We'll figure out what the consequences will be next week. Maybe
I'll be right there near Yankee Stadium, so you can make me do.
Are you there
something
next week?
I'll be
Oh.
there in June.
Oh, in June. Yeah.
So I'll
That's
be
true. Yeah, you're moving there, right?
I'll be living right next to there. Yeah.
I'll be there this summer too, so we'll be able to hang out a little bit. Maybe go to a couple games.
Oh, I'd love to. That stadium's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know who's pitching this weekend, but it should be good. I think they're.
I know Snell is.
Oh, he
For
is.
sure,
yeah, because he pitched yesterday.
Mhm.
He'll get their weekend start. Tanaka will pitch then.
That's why I figured we can win this weekend. We got that other young kid who's pitching after Snell. He's killing it right now. I can't remember his name.
Domingo Germain though for the Yankees, 6-1 or 7-1 now, and I'm telling you, we got an ace now. We got an ace, so hopefully he'll be going this weekend too. It should be a good series. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Bones and Buddies is Saturday if you want to come by.
Yes, I know. I'm going to be in San Francisco. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's
it's
right.
your
No,
last show
you're all
here.
right.
Oh shit, that is this weekend. I'm gonna be in New York. Maybe I'll FaceTime you though or something and say hi.
Yeah, but I'll be moving to New York pretty soon. So you guys, whoever watches in the show and lives in New York, you can
Check
come
you
watch me
out
there,
locally
yeah.
in New York. I'm in San Francisco this weekend. I'm driving tomorrow. Myself, Stuart Thompson's featuring this weekend.
Love Stuart.
Yes, so I'll be doing one show tomorrow, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. There's some tickets left. My site, steverannazzisi.com, or Cobb's site as well. And then next weekend, Cleveland, one of my favorite places. Hilarities, Pickwick and Frolic. Cleveland, Thursday again, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Come check me out if you live anywhere near Cleveland. Thank you guys very much again for joining us this week. We'll be back again live next week. We'll be talking more Game of Thrones, more sports, more pop culture, more marathon training stuff. So thank you guys again. We will. I gotta get the music loaded up. We'll talk to you guys next week. Later.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Rannazzisi. I'm the guy.